Slap Battles usually averages around 5,000 to 15,000 concurrent players, and while after each update, the player count obviously increases. However, after a few days of these updates being out, the updates aren't hyped anymore, and people stop playing the game as much, and well, the player count obviously just goes back to its normal amount. However, what are some updates Slap Battles could do that would actually increase the amount of players playing for a decently long amount of time? Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing some updates that I think Slap Battles should do and that would revive the game for a good amount of time. Let's get started. One thing I think Slap Battles should definitely do is add more unique updates more often. We rarely get updates about unique things like the map. It's almost always just a glove or a mastery or just the standard things added in every weekly update. If we got more unique updates, players would be more hyped about the update instead of just expecting a glove or a mastery every week. And well, as you can see for the takeover event, we got a lot of cool stuff added to the map. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was still pretty cool. So I think definitely more updates to the map need to be done more often. Another thing Slap Battles could add is a new lobby. We haven't gotten a new lobby ever since, well, the last lobby, which was supposed to be all cool, but it was just kind of over modern, and a lot of people just didn't like it. So I think if Slap Battles does get a new lobby, the devs should definitely take way more feedback from the community, just so that we can get something that almost everyone likes. Obviously, not everyone's gonna like everything, but if we can get a lobby that almost everyone likes, I think that would be a good change. Another thing I think Slap Battles should add, which to be honest, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't been added yet, is daily/weekly missions. Now basically every day and week you would get different tasks you would have to complete, and you would get different rewards for them, such as, I don't know, maybe like slap 100 people or win 5 tournaments in a week, just basic quests. And you would get certain rewards, such as maybe, I don't know, slaps, no shards, maybe an exclusive hit effect or something, I don't know. Just cool stuff like that. And honestly, not only would that make the gameplay more unique because you'd actually have to do certain tasks, but it would also encourage players to play more because you'd actually get good rewards for it as well. And the final thing I think Slap Battles should add that would actually revive the game for a decent amount of time is a ranked mode. Now, I know this would probably be very insane and it'd probably be very chaotic. However, I think a ranked mode in Slap Battles would actually be very interesting. Because Slap Battles right now, there isn't really any sort of like competition. I mean, there is in Slap Royale, there is in tournaments, but other than that, there's not really any ranks. And there's not really any way you can actually compete against other people, specifically for like certain rewards or actually, battle other people. It's pretty much just a free-for-all, and that's what Slap Battles has been for a while now. But I think if Slap Battles added some sort of ranked mode, I think that would actually be very fun. And basically what I mean by ranked mode is that players would compete, like, I don't know, maybe like every week there would be a new, like, ranked tournament or something, I don't know, where basically a lot of players would be competing against each other for one grand prize, or like maybe 3 grand prizes for the top 3 players that, won or whatever. Anything like that, I think that would be way more cool, and it would be better for people who are actually very good at Slap Battles in terms of PvP. Because yes, you can be good at Slap Battles at fighting people, but it doesn't really matter since Slap Battles has so many overpowered gloves. If there was a ranked mode, gloves would be limited, so you wouldn't be able to just, choose overkill. Like, there would be a set, certain amount of gloves you'd be able to use, such as maybe everyone would have to use default, so that the game mode would actually be fair and that people who are very good at PvP could actually show off their skills more easily. And yeah, I think there's a lot of ways Slap Battles could actually set this up. It could be either a free-for-all, like, 10 different rounds of free-for-alls or something, or, 20 different, separate 1v1s against players, and then, the top players have to compete or something. And yeah, I think this would actually be very fun, and I think Slap Battles should definitely add this. I know exploiters would probably get in the way, and I know it'd probably be very, very chaotic, but I do think a ranked mode or some sort of like competitive game mode in Slap Battles would actually revive the game a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. These are just some updates that I've kind of been thinking of for a while that I think Slap Battles should do. It's okay to disagree with me, but, if you have other opinions, don't be, rude in the comments. But, yeah, like I said, this is what I think Slap Battles should be adding to revive the game. If you have any other updates you think Slap Battles should add that would revive the game, let me know in the comments below. But, yeah, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.